Kim, if people can't guess what this name is, that just turn the TV off. But seriously, why do you think AMD is in such a good position right now? Welcome.
It is in a good position, and today's announcement really puts the emphasis on that. God bless Intel. They're going after the best PC market, right? The high-end PCs, but does anybody care? Nvidia is selling GPUs that are being used in server farms, and AMD is having an acquisition where it's buying 1,000 engineers that are going to help it sell its server chips into server environments. That's probably what they're going to be tasked to do, is to make sure AMD has the best data center CPU that they can have. And where's Intel?
Well, you've been right, and you've been following the chip business for, literally a couple of decades. So when you see, maybe you feel this way, maybe you don't, but there's a sense that the AI bubble is bursting a little bit. Just over the weekend, more reports about whether, for instance, Copilot is all of that effective. Is that starting to affect the demand we could potentially see, whether it's for an ARM that you like, for an Nvidia, obviously. I look at the shares down today, and I just wonder if it's because there's this reset of, okay, we've pulled forward a lot of demand, we've stockpiled a ton of these chips, but what's really going to happen now for the next couple of years?
Well, I think you bring up a good point. We don't really know. We are crying before we're hurt, is what we're doing as investors, right? Because we didn't know how much chips were going to be used, and now we still don't know how many chips are going to be in demand. But honestly, from talking to people, investor-oriented people, we'll just say that, I think they expected the whole of the United States to be one big data center, and like all of our electric power. I'm talking a little bit in hyperbole, but not really, right? So I think we're coming back to normal expectations, where we have a handful of data centers that are doing this, and that they have a business where other businesses access these models. And I think that's great. But first of all, what we really all have to do is figure out, what problem are we solving with AI, and is it worth the money that we think we're going to get for it? And I still haven't gotten that answer.
I detect, though, some skepticism in your voice. That's why I wonder how you marry that with being bullish on an AMD or any of the rest of them.
Well, because I think, based on my prior career, that AI really does solve some problems. Now, is it really a thinking machine? No. Let's just take that off the table. It's not going to create, it's going to optimize. And I think there is a lot of optimization that can go on, both in search, which is kind of what all of the stuff that we interact with, does for us. But there's bigger, better uses of combing through a company's data, or looking at real world processes and having a computer figure out an optimal way to deploy whatever, right? Sure. That's where productivity comes from.
I think that's very, very well said. So then, kind of backing out and knowing you might be in this for the long run, as you typically are on an AMD or in the rest, we're not talking about the next 6 weeks' time. What do you do with Intel, though? And Intel, to me, was more interesting 4 years ago when we were first talking about it, talking about its challenges, talking about how it's falling behind. I don't know what you do with the company now.
Well, what we're going to do is kind of hold it in our back pocket, because they still are a very big presence. They're not going to go away. And I want to know what's going to happen in the next month. Just like the Fed, I'm going to use September to figure out what to look at. But no, the company has to tell investors what it's going to grow up into, and is it going to change its plan? Is it going to be a fab? Is it going to design only PC chips? Where is it going to, place all of its forward momentum? We don't know yet, and it sounds like they're thinking hard about it and are going to go ask their board of directors.
Yeah, no, I like that. We'll wait to see what they can come back with. Quickly before we go, you think there is one area Nvidia could potentially be shut out of that you're watching very closely. What is that?
Well, the server market, right? Like, I'm looking at AMD, and because Nvidia sells solely to the end client through, what do they call it? Like Dell, HP, those kind of third-party people. I think AMD is going to bring that back in-house. And, if you're a large company like Google, you'll be able to buy directly from AMD, and you'll be able to design the chip that you want. And I think that's super important. And I just don't see Nvidia doing that. That's not the way they've done business. And that certainly doesn't look like they're going to change.